Hello friends, welcome you to the second part of the chapter of Madam Rides the Bus. I hope you all have understood the first part. We also have the third part, so keep watching. So students, we are going to continue with the chapter Madam Rides the Bus, and let me give you a quick summary of the chapter. You all must have understood the story with my previous explanation, which I have just done phase wise, 1, 2, 3, 4. I've just distributed the chapter phase wise so that it's easy for you to understand, like which incident occurred after the other. So it's in a sequence. If you study any chapter by knowing the names of the protagonist and the antagonist of the story, it becomes very easy for you all. Now, Madam Rides the Bus, let me tell you in a summarized version so that it becomes a little more clear. It's very clear for you all. Madam Rides the Bus is a very sensitive story of a young girl named Valli who goes on her first journey into the world outside her village on a bus. Now here the bus journey of Valli, which should have been really good, and she must have been really happy when she's returning home, but there was some glitch in that and it didn't happen the way she wanted that. So she did not have friends to play with, and no one, would spend proper time with her. So she used to stand there at the doorway and she used to look at the passengers, whoever used to, get down from the bus, or all the travelers, and she used to take more interest in the outside affairs going on the street. And her favorite part was to look at the bus that passed by her village every hour. Well, it gave her endless joy to look at the new set of passengers every day. She used to sit there or stand there and keep waiting for the next set of passengers when they'll come and get down from the bus. That used to give her some kind of enjoyment, and she was super excited about it. So, gradually even she wished to travel by bus. Soon the wish turned into a reality, and that became her secret desire, you can say that. So, therefore she made it her mission to fulfill her dream.
Okay, now movement of the bus. Now Valli, who is already in the bus and she's thoroughly enjoying the bus journey, who has done her minute observation inside the bus, and now she is looking outside the bus. At times she is standing on the cushioned seats, or she's just sitting if somebody is scolding or, calling her a little child or madam, whatever it's like, but she was thoroughly enjoying her journey. The bus now rode across a bare landscape. Trees came running towards them. They rushed when the bus moved. Sometimes the bus seemed to strike the oncoming vehicle, but both passed by safely. So it's a beautiful description which talks about, the bus journey or the movement of the bus. A cow before the bus. Now this is the twist in the story. Suddenly a cow with a high raised tail in the air came in front of the bus. The bus slowed to a crawl. The driver sounded the horn again and again so that the cow is giving way to the bus to go. But the cow, the little innocent animal, continued running before the bus, who was not able to decide. Obviously, these little animals, they can't decide which way to go, or which, they do not have those senses, right? So Valli was supremely excited. She clapped her hands with joy, and she was extremely elated. She laughed and she laughed, and she looked at other passengers, why they were not laughing, The conductor told her to save some more laughter and energy for the next day. And we can see the excitement in Valli when she saw a cow actually racing with the bus where she was traveling. And she was super eager to see this sight, which she is seeing, or watching rather, for the first time. Bus reaches the city. The bus passed by the side of a railway crossing. Then it came to a particular juncture, a thoroughfare. Then there were big and bright shops. There were huge crowds of people. Valli gaped at everything. She was actually not paying attention much to it, because she knew that she had limited fund along with her. That was 60 paise, and she has to be very calculative, when she's making those expenditures. At last the bus reached the town, and the conductor asked Valli to get down, because all the passengers were getting down and they were very much excited to go and do their purchases or buy stuffs from those shops. But she told that, Valli told to the conductor that she was going back on the same bus and she's not ready to get down. She gave the coins for the ticket to the conductor, and she said that I have not come here to go and do the purchases or, spend money. Rather, I have come here only for the bus journey. Conversation between the conductor and Valli. The conductor simply asked Valli what the matter was, because Valli was sitting quietly there in the bus. Everybody got down, so he was not able to decide whether this girl is going to come down and enjoy or she's going to sit in the bus. So Valli told him clearly that it was nothing. She felt like having a bus ride, so she came out. The conductor asked if she won't have a look at the sights, the shops and all the other places in the city, which is much bright, which is really brighter rather. So Valli replied that she was just afraid of that whole thing, if she get lost or something like that, He asked her if she wasn't afraid to come on the bus, then why is she afraid? That question struck in the mind of the conductor, that if she is not afraid to come out of the house alone, then why is she afraid to get down of the bus and go and take a visit of all those lovely sights of the shops? Very genuine question, I too think so. The conductor asked Valli to have a cold drink. Valli clearly said that she did not have enough money to enjoy the cold drink. She asked for the ticket from the conductor. The conductor offered her the drink from his own side, but our Valli, who is so much strong-headed, who is such a strong-headed girl, she clearly denied. She said, I can't accept it. She refused to accept the offer of the cold drink. And the conductor asked Valli if her mother won't look for her because she has come out of the house. The question asked by the conductor is very genuine, that will the mother be not worried about the child not found? So Valli replied that no one would be worried, so you don't have to worry about it. She clearly stated to the conductor, no one will be worried about me. And they waited for the return journey. So this is the conversation, a very important conversation between the two, where we see the curiosity of the girl brought her in the bus, and the conductors trying to know this girl who is sitting in the bus with so much of elegance and pride, what the whole matter is, how come a little girl came out of the house without any adult and now she is ready to sit in the bus, not ready to get down. So he had those conversations with the little girl. Dead cow on the way. Now students, if you remember, I said that when I introduced the cow, when in the story the cow was introduced and Valli was super excited to look at the cow, I said at that point, at that juncture, I said that here comes the twist in the story. So every happy ending, whenever there is a fluctuation in the story or the plot is properly knitted in the story. So here comes the element where the story gets the darker shade, why there is a gray shade in that story. The bus started again. Okay, now this is the journey back to home. They were the same wonderful sights which Valli visited earlier. She was extremely elated, but now while coming back, she has seen all of them. So for a little child who is 8 years old, the excitement level will be a little low, right? So, but suddenly she saw a young cow lying dead by the roadside. It had been struck by some fast-moving vehicle, which actually just shocked the girl. She was traumatized. She was in tears. She was not able to understand how to react or what she should do. So she was very much shocked to look at the cow, and she just confirmed it with the conductor also, that is that the same cow whom we saw while we were going to the city? So this was a very bad scenario altogether, and what Valli saw, she could not digest the whole thing. So she was happy, but now looking at this lying dead body of the cow, she was very much petrified. She was very much grief-stricken at this point of time. After looking at the dead cow, now Valli gave quite a strong reaction. Valli asked the conductor if that dead cow was the same or wasn't the same they had visited earlier, So this confirmation she was taking from the conductor again and again, because her mind didn't want to believe that it was the same cow, who was racing with the bus. But somehow the conductor, with a heavy heart, he nodded and he just confirmed Valli that it was the same cow whom they saw while they were visiting while they were going towards the city. So Valli, the moment she got the confirmation of the nodding of the head from the conductor, she was very much heartbroken. The cow, now she was just comparing how the cow looked earlier and how the cow is looking now. For a small child, for an 8-year-old, you can understand the cow had looked earlier lovable, beautiful, who was pacing, who was racing with the bus, and now it's just lying blood soaked in the middle of the road because some fast moving vehicle has hit the cow. So, but now it looked horrible in its death. So there is a big comparison. End of the journey. The bus moved. The memory of the dead cow haunted Valli. She was trying her best to remove those thoughts, but she was unable to remove those thoughts from her mind. She no longer wanted to see outside. She sat glued to the seat as an adult who is remorseful. She is regretful to the whole matter, She is not able to understand that what has happened, what she has seen, and how she should react. The bus reached the village. Valli told the conductor to see again. The conductor smiled back. He told Valli to come and join them whenever she feels like. Whenever she felt like riding the bus, she was invited by the conductor to join the bus. But still, what may happen? She has encountered something visually which she is unable to delete from her mind. She must bring the fare with her. That also the conductor mentioned in a laughing way. Valli laughed and alighted. But the death of the cow had changed everything. It has changed Valli's perspective. It has changed Valli's outlook. The eagerness to go and visit the city, riding the bus, everything has come to an end or to a halt, basically. Right now, she has one thing which is going on in her mind, seeing the bloodshed, what she has seen of that little innocent life. She is unable to come out of that thought from her mind, because of which she has become very, very quiet, like an adult, the way an adult behaves. She behaved like that.